Hello, everyone. Have a good day. And this will be our last uh, meeting for this semester. And as Ma'am Warda said, that next week, 17 and 18 will be our final exam. So this will be our last meeting. So the last meeting for this pre-calculus class will be the ellipse. Okay. So last time we already did some parts and some problems and solutions to or regarding to an ellipse. Okay, so let us first recall those again. Okay, so I will share my screen. Okay, so as you can see here, we have here the definition of an ellipse, right? So an ellipse is a set of points in the plane whose sum of distances from two fixed points, or we have the two focus, okay, the F1 and the F2 is constant. Okay, so this is the thing. Last time it's not clear to all of us what the word constant is. Okay, so when we see constant here, this is actually related to our major arc. Okay, so later on, we will talk about this one more. Okay, or major arc, no, this major arc, major axis. And so I will write first the axis. Okay, so when we say constant here, this is the measure. Okay, this is the measure of the major axis. Kaya sinabing constant dyan kasi hindi siya pwedeng mabago if we already have an ellipse. Okay, so we need to recall again the parts of an ellipse. So we have here, the first one are the focus. Okay, the focus. Kapag sinabing focus, this will lead us to other solutions and other types of or other parts of this one. Okay, so we have the F1 and F2. Focus, we have two, okay? We have two focus. If we have only one focus, that is already foci is not the focus. Foci is the singular. Okay, next one, the line passing through the foci, and foci is plural. Okay, we have two focus or the foci of an ellipse is called the principal axis. Okay, kung saan mas pinakamahaba or papunta yung nasa mas mahabang part ng ellipse, that is called the principal axis. Okay, it's either the x-axis or the y-axis. Okay, kung sino mas mahaba, kung mas mahaba dito, that means the principal axis is the y-axis. If mas mahaba dito sa part na to, that means the principal axis is the x-axis. Okay? Basta kung saan mas mahaba yung ating ellipse, that is the principal axis. Okay? And on that principal axis, we can identify the what we call vertices of our ellipse. Okay, so we have those two major vertices. We have this vertex 1 and vertex 2. Why major vertices? Is because ito yung pinaka vertex na nakapatong doon or nakalagay sa ating principal axis. Okay? So hindi yung mga vertices na nasa mas maikli, na nasa mas mahaba. Those are the vertices. Okay? And these two points here, they are also called vertices, but we can call them as minor. Okay? Minor vertices. Means they are not the kumbaga hindi sila yung pinaka-given, kumbaga parang ganda. Okay? So those are minor vertices. The midpoint of two vertices is the center of the ellipse, of course. We have the center here. It's just like in any circular thing, summertime center. The line segment joining the vertices is called the major axis. Okay? So yung major axis natin is yung nasa loob ng ellipse. And dapat ay part siya ng principal axis. Tama? So this will be our principal axis. So inside of it, inside nung nasa ellipse natin, ito yung major axis. And ito yung ginagamit natin kanina or sinasabi natin kanina na constant. Okay? I-relate natin sa pagsasolve mamaya ng mga problems. Okay? So this is the constant or the major axis. Okay? The line segment that passes through the center and is perpendicular to the major axis, whose endpoints are on the ellipse, is called the minor axis. Ito naman yung mas maikli. Okay? It passes through the center, but it's smaller or shorter than the major axis. So it only called as minor axis. Okay? And the distance between a focus and the center is what we call the focal distance. Okay? Focal distance. Now, let's review this formula. So, as you can see here again, this is the measure of this line or the half. Okay, the half of our major axis is what we call A. Okay, so the whole thing here is 2A. Remember this one, okay? So the whole major axis is 2A. The half is A, okay? And the half of the minor axis is B, and our focal distance is C. And we can use the formula of the Pythagorean theorem. We have the A squared equals B squared plus C squared. Wherein we already do some examples about this one, right? Now, let me explain now my assignment to you, correct? We have an assignment here, right? This is our assignment na hindi natin nasagot last time. It's because we, I don't know what happened to my brain, pero now, let's try to answer this. Okay. Let's just this one first. Change ko yung ating camera. Ayan. Let's see kung maganda siya, ha? Change camera ko muna. Ayan. Can you see this one now? Okay. Now let's try to answer this. So if we will plot those points in our Cartesian plane, ayan, so magdrawing tayo ng Cartesian plane. Ayan. Hindi siya makita masyado. Ayan, mas maganda to. Ayan, so we have the Cartesian plane and we have the foci or the two focus. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We have 3, 0 and negative 3, 0. Tama? So we have here 1 and then 2. And we have here one more given point, which is point P. And then nasa 4, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 up here. So ito yung isang point. On. Okay? Remember the one? We have here the word on the graph. That means nasa side siya nung ating curved na line. Tama? So if you will imagine, kung may curved line man dito, dadaan dapat siya dyan. Okay? So, nasaan kaya, or the question here is, find the distance from the center of the ellipse to one of its vertices. So, I will draw here a shorter version of this, ang question, para may imagine natin. Yan. Kung meron tayong ellipse na nandito, and we have here, what will be the distance of this? Okay, so it will be the distance from the center of the ellipse to one of its vertices. Now, let us recall yung ating past na mga pinag-aralan sa math. I think this one is on nung grade 10 kayo. Okay, so to find, it's because we need to find the distance first. We need to find the distance here and then distance here. Why? It's because we will apply the definition of an ellipse, which is the set of all points, okay, doon sa ellipse natin, if we will measure its distance to the two foci, and if we will add their distances, dapat ay meron tayong constant. And doon sa introduction kanina, kapag sinabing constant, that is our major axis. Okay? That will be our major axis. And what is that major axis? Kanina, yung half ng major axis A, and then we have, if we will combine those two A's, so we have 2A. Tama? So this will be our constant. Now, so sabi doon sa ating definition, if we will add these two distances, the equivalent is the constant, or the equivalent is A, right? So I will call this as distance 1 and distance 2. Now, paano mo kuha si distance 1 at distance 2? Of course, we will use the distance formula. And what is that distance formula? We have, we will do this one. Okay, so we need to find first their coordinates. This one is the coordinate is 3, 0, negative 3, 0, 4, 1. Okay, we will find the distance of these 2 points first. So we have 4 and 3. So what will we do is we will just minus them. 4 minus 3 and 1 minus 0. So we have 1 and then 1. Okay, and then we will just find their squared and we will add them. Okay, so what is 1 squared plus 1 squared? That is 2, and we will just make or write a square root. So the distance between these 2 points is square root of 2. Okay, again, we will just minus this from this one. Mag-start tayo dun sa nakahiwalay, Mag-start tayo dun sa nakahiwalay na point. Okay, so we have 4 minus 3, that is 1. We will square, so that is 1 again, correct? 1 minus 0, that is 1, and then we will square, that is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and we will just follow the formula of distance formula that we will, or that we need to square root the answer. So we have here square root of 2, that will be our D2. D2. Let us now solve for distance 1. Our distance 1 is 4 minus -3. 1 minus 0. This will be different. What is 4 minus -3? We have the same sign inside, so this will become plus. So what is 4 plus 3? We have 7 squared. 1 minus 0 is 1 squared. We will just plus them. 7 squared is 49. All right? So we have here 49. 49 plus 1, that will be 50. All right, so this will be our distance 1. And then for the final answer, we will add them to find the 2a. Correct? We will add them to find 2a, to find the constant. So it will be the square root of 2. And so lahat ng ating nalalaman sa math, ilagay natin dito. So we will need those. Bago natin sila pwedeng pag-addin, we will first find na meron dapat matitira ng square root of 2 here. Ano ba ang simplification ng square root of 50? We have 25 times 2, correct? 25 times 2, okay? So the square root of 25 will be 5. Lagyan na dito ha. So we have the square root of 2, and then we have the 5. Matitira sa loob yung square root of 2. Now, if we have the same tawag dito yung mga roots na nasa loob ng square roots natin, so we can now add yung mga nasa labas. Okay? So since we don't have any number here, it is automatically 1. So what is 1 plus 5? We have 6. Square root of 2. This is the sum of these two distances. Okay? This is d1 plus d2. And then we will just equate that one into 2a. So 2a is 6 square root of 2. Correct? Because they're the same. If we will add this d1 and d2, the answer is the constant, which is the 2a. Okay? And then, para makuha na yung hinahanap natin, which is a only, or yung half the major axis. So we have divide by 2, and a is equal to 6 divided by 2 will be 3, and then we will just copy square root of 2. So the answer here is 3 is square root of 2, and we are correct. That is how we can find the missing a, okay, using the distance formula and the formula to find the constant, which is 2a. Okay, if we will sum up all of this, so we have here 2a is equal to distance 1 plus distance 2. This will be our shortcut. Okay? Or to find a, we will just divide by 2 here. So d1 plus d2 over 2 will be that will be the answer for a. Okay? So that is my assignment. I will give you time to take a photo or a screenshot about this one para mapag-aralan nyo siya ulit. Okay? And let us try to answer this. Okay? I will take a screenshot of this one, and then I will send it to Keeper or QSA, I should say, sa QSA ninyo sa klase natin. And then you can pass this until next Saturday. Okay, so this one is the same process. You will just find the distances or the measure of distances of those points, and then just follow this. You add them, and then you will equate it here to find the missing A. Okay, now let's continue our class. Now, how do you represent an ellipse using an equation? So, paano nga ba tayo mag-represent ng ellipse using an equation? When we say equation, of course, papasok na naman tayo sa x and y. So, may mga x and y na naman tayo dyan. So, paano ba gawing equation yan? So, we have, of course, two different equations. As I've said, meron tayong two possible principal axes. We have the x-axis and y-axis. So, we have two different formulas. Okay? Pag meron tayong principal axis sa x-axis and doon naman sa y-axis. Okay? So we have the first one here. If our center is the origin, or what we call the 0, 0. Okay, so you will just need to memorize each. So we have here the origin, 0, 0. Automatically, we have this formula if the major axis is horizontally drawn. Okay, horizontally drawn, or kapag sinabing horizontal, nasa x-axis siya. Okay? X-axis. Tandaan, if we have this one, this is x, this is y. So this is the vertical, and this is the horizontal. This one is horizontal, I should say, and this is the vertical. I forget that one. So if we have a horizontal principal axis or major axis, we have, or we need to use this formula or standard formula of x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared. So ano nga ba si A at B na yan? If we have here an example of an ellipse, ayan. So if this is our center, again, sa ating formula nung una, the half of the major axis will be A, and the half of the minor axis is B. Okay, so easy. If we have the distance or the measure of this line, and if we have the measure of this line given, then we can find this immediately. Okay, so we will just copy x squared, then y squared here, and then just solve for this and solve for this one. And then that's it. Okay, and if we have a vertical principal axis or vertical major axis, or nasa y siya, kasi ito nasa x eh. Sige, I will draw one na nasa y naman siya. Ayan, nasa y naman yung ellipse. Nasa y ng ellipse. Nasa y naman yung principal axis. Okay? So, since this one is mas mahaba na siya, so we call this as A, and yung mas maikli as B. Okay? So this will be used if we have this kind of drawing or graph of an ellipse. Okay? So si B, mapupunta lang sa X, part ng X, and si A, mapupunta lang sa part ng Y. Okay? So parang nag-switch lang sila from AB to BA. Okay? So it's easy to recall or easy to memorize. And if we have a center HK, center HK, hindi na tayo sa origin, so HK na siya, we will just add minus H and minus K. But still, the same on the bottom part. Horizontal, we have A, B. Vertical, we have B, A. Okay? So, dadagdag lang tayo ng minus H and minus K later on. Now, let's do some examples. Let's practice this one. What is the standard form of equation of an ellipse with center at the origin? Okay, so hindi natin kailangan mag-HK. Tama? So we have the center of the origin as the vertex or as the center. Okay, and then major axis is on the x-axis. So is it horizontal or vertical? Kapag x-axis, ganyan na ang ating ellipse. Tama? So kapag ito nakahiga, dito siya nakahiga, so this will be our horizontal, and yung mas maikli would be the vertical. So we will use the horizontal. Ang horizontal is A, B, correct? So we have here x squared over A squared plus y squared over B squared always equals to, okay, always equal to 1. So we have A, so I will just copy x squared. Our A is 6. So 6 squared plus copy y squared over our B is 4. So 4 squared equals 1. And we will just solve this, and it will become x squared, and 6 squared is 36. We'll just square them, or 6 times 6, plus 4 squared. Okay, I will just write y squared first. Okay, we have 4 squared is 16 equals 1. So this will be the final equation. If we have the center of the center is at the origin, and the major axis is lying on the x-axis, and it has the A as, or the measure of A is 6 and the measure of B is 4. So we have this kind of equation. Okay, so let's see. So we are correct. X squared over 36 plus y squared equals 16. Okay, I will give you time to copy this one or take a photo or take a screenshot. It's up to you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Now, this problem again, I will send this to the keeper essay, or we will just answer this one here. Then I will just give you another one later. Okay, so let us first erase this. I'll erase this one now. Okay. So find the standard form of the equation of an ellipse with center at the origin. So again, it's either x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1, or x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared equals 1. So let's find the major axis. And major axis is on the y-axis. So gagamitin natin yung vertical na formula. When we see vertical formula, we have here x. Pasensya, hindi po nakabili ng bagong marker. Over b squared. Right? Kapag horizontal, AB. Kapag vertical, BA. Then we will just find what is the value of A and what is the value of B. And we have the value of B as 7 squared. And the value of A is 10 squared. So we will just simplify this. 7 squared is 49. 10 squared is 100. As simple as that. So this will be our answer or equation. So this is a big check. So this is the equation for this problem. Okay, so I will give you time to take a photo or screenshot or something. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, next problem. Determine the standard form of equation of an ellipse whose center is at 3, 4. So we have now here the H and the K. Okay? Major axis is vertical. So kapag vertical, dapat BA. Correct? BA. This is the vertical. So if we will follow the formula, ang gawin lang natin is we will just copy x squared minus h, we have 3, over the b, we have b is missing. Okay? So nawawala si b. And then plus y squared minus 4 over si a squared, we have 13 squared equals 1. So if I'm missing 1 here, it's because we have c. If we will follow our formula and parts also, this will be A. If we have a foci here, this will be our C, right? And this will be our B. And the formula here is A squared equals B squared plus C squared. Since we have A and C, so we will just put it there, here. Or we need to find B. Let's re-equate first. So we have B squared equals A squared, ayan, pangit ang A, minus 6 C squared. Ayan. So we have here A squared, which is 13 squared minus 12 squared. 13 squared is 169 minus 144, that is 12 squared, right? Now we minus them, so we can find the b squared. This one is b squared, right? So this one is b squared. Ayan, para sandali na natin. 169 minus 144, 169 minus 144, that will be 25. So b squared is 25. So I can now change this into like this. X squared minus 3 over b squared is 25 plus y squared minus 4. What is 13 squared? That will be 169 equals 1. Okay, let's see if this will be the final answer. Let's check. Okay, so we have the correct answer. X squared minus 3 over 25. So we have here, oh, okay. So that is my wrong. I need to put this. Sorry for that one. I need to erase the squared. And I need to put that one outside. See, I forgot the formula. Ayan, so we have the correct answer, x minus 3 squared over 25 plus y minus 4 squared over 169 equals 1. Remember this A and C, ah? Baka sabihin nyo si teacher nagkamali ng lagay ng letter. No. Okay, remember the ABC? Remember these parts, okay? Yung ABC natin. Simula tayong formula to find A, formula to find B, and of course, formula to find C. Tama? So, huwag niyong sabihin na, nagkamali si teacher. A, C. It's because we need to write either A and B only or BA. Okay, walang C. So, nagtaka rin ako kanina. Baka mali sagot ko, sabi ko. Or nagkamali yung PowerPoint. But then, we have, or we got the correct equation. Okay, take a photo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have the correct answer. We got it correctly. Okay. So this is how we can write the standard form of an ellipse. Okay. Just like here, we have B and then C. Okay, let's solve this one and then I will just give you another one later. So we have the given as, okay, HK, we have the 3 and 4. HK is 3 and 4. Nakikita ba? Hindi, di ba? HK, we have 3 and 4. And our major axis is horizontally drawn. So kapag horizontal siya, nasa x-axis. Correct? So we will use x minus h squared plus y minus k squared over. Kapag horizontal, that's a and b, right? So a squared and b squared equals 1. So we have two measurements here. We have b as 8 and c as 15. So we don't have any letter A. So we will find A first. Right? So we will find A. So we have the formula A squared equals B squared plus C squared. Our B squared is 8 squared and C squared is 15 squared. 8 squared, this will be 64. 15 squared, this will be 225. Correct? And we will just add them. Since we need to find A squared. Add them, so the answer will be 9, 8, and then 2. So we can now put 289 doon sa part ng a squared. Now, let's do this one. X minus, this is negative, multiplied by a positive that is also negative. So we have x minus 3 squared. Nag-low battery na tayo, guys. And, sorry, nagalaw siya. Over, our a squared is 289 plus y minus, our k is 4 squared over b squared. We have 8 squared. So it will be 8 squared. This will be 64 equals 1. So this will be our final answer here on this example. So we have x minus 3 squared over 289 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 64 equals 1. Okay? Again, so I will give you some activities in the QSA and you can submit those until Saturday. Okay? So yung cover ng exam, I will just send the pointers sa ating messenger or sa ating group. Okay? So if you have some questions, you can chat me, okay, privately or sa group chat para yung ibang classmates nyo is um, alam din no, ano yung problem ninyo, baka problem din nila. Diba? Para minsan ang sagutan ng questions. Okay? So, this will be our last meeting. And we will see again next meeting. Okay? Okay, so bye now. We'll stop sharing. Ayan. So I will end this video. Again, I will send your quizzes sa QSA maybe tomorrow or yeah, maybe tomorrow I will send that one because it's already night here. So I'm busy this morning. Kapag hindi ako nag-reply sa inyo kung may link ba or may pasok ba, that means I'm busy. Okay, so may ginawa ko kanina, so I need to stop teaching first. So I plan to have a recorded class ngayong gabi, and then I will just send it to you tomorrow. Okay, so bye for now, and then see you again next time.